Welcome. This presentation will introduce basic concepts regarding free cash. We will explore how free cash is defined and calculated, why it is important to a community's budget process, and what communities are required to submit for free cash certification. Free cash is defined as unrestricted funds available for appropriation. These funds can be appropriated by a majority vote of a city or town's legislative body. It is certified as of July 1st and is based on the June 30th balance sheet, which reflects operational results for the prior fiscal year. Free cash cannot be appropriated until it has been certified by the Bureau of Accounts as per Massachusetts general law. Any unappropriated balance expires June 30th of that fiscal year. The Bureau will only certify amounts for free cash that are not designated for another purpose or already spent. The certified amount represents cash in hand as of June 30th. It also includes certain verified outstanding revenues received within 90 days of the close of the fiscal year. It will be reduced for any account deficits with the exception of snow and ice, court judgments, overlay, and emergencies as approved by the Bureau of Accounts. Free cash is further reduced by real and personal property receivables not deferred and cash and certain outstanding receivable variances. Cities, towns, and districts that request free cash certification are required to submit documentation to the Bureau of Accounts in order for the Bureau to accurately calculate a community's free cash. These submissions include the standardized combined balance sheet template, which contains related fund balance and receivable details, as well as subsequent receipts. The system-generated general fund trial balance is used to verify the balances in the general fund on the combined balance sheet. The system-generated undesignated fund balance detail report. The undesignated fund balance is the starting point for free cash calculation. This report is used to ensure the validity of entries that increase or decrease the balances in this account. The balance sheet checklist is used to determine whether actual revenues and expenditures had a variance to budgeted revenues and expenditures. The cash reconciliation report is used to verify the cash balances reconciled by the treasurer to the accountant or auditor's financial records. The outstanding receivables report is used to verify that the collector and accountant or auditor agree that the collector's receivables reconcile to the outstanding receivables to the accountant or auditor's financial records. The snow and ice data sheet is used to determine if there is a snow and ice deficit that needs to be provided for on the tax recap. The statement of indebtedness is used to ensure that the treasurer and accountant or auditor agree as to the community's debt liability, and finally, the treasurer's year-end report summarizes the cash and investment balances as reconciled from the treasurer's cash book and bank statements to the accountant or auditor's financial records. Certified free cash is a critical component of the financial reserves of a city or town. Other financial reserves include general and special purpose stabilization funds, overlay surplus, and retained earnings. It is important that a community adopt financial policies to guide how reserves are maintained and used. A sound free cash policy should outline goals, benchmarks, and define policies on its use, such as for one-time expenditures, emergencies, funding capital projects, augmenting appropriations for employee benefit-related unfunded liabilities, or replenishing other reserves. Free cash availability can impact a community's financial health. Retaining free cash provides municipalities with financial flexibility during budget and capital planning. Cash balances may negatively impact a community's bond credit rating. Using free cash to support current year operations may lead to a structural budget deficit and could risk future spending plans. Free cash is the result of positive budgetary variances. These can occur when free cash certified is higher than free cash appropriated, actual revenues received are greater than revenues estimated in the budget process, Budgeted expenditures are greater than actual expenditures and encumbrances. Outstanding property taxes at prior year end are greater than outstanding property taxes as of the current year end. The basic formula to calculate free cash is undesignated fund balance less accounts receivable less any illegal deficits plus deferred revenue equals free cash. Accounts receivable are revenue due to a community but not yet received. Accounts receivable are deducted from the undesignated fund balance if they meet at least one of two conditions. First, if the revenue is not fully deferred in the liability section of the balance sheet, or second, if the revenue is not received by September 30th of the next fiscal year. Massachusetts does not allow municipalities to spend in excess of appropriations except in certain situations. Examples of legal deficits are snow and ice deficits, overlay deficits, court judgments, and emergencies as approved by the Director of the Bureau of Accounts. All other illegal deficits negatively impact undesignated fund balance, which directly reduces free cash. Real and personal property tax revenues are partially deferred until collected. These revenues are only recognized once they are received. For this reason, real estate and personal property deferred revenues should be added back into the undesignated fund balance. The spreadsheet on this slide is an example of the sheet each municipality receives once the Division of Local Services has certified its free cash. For more resources related to this topic and for contact information for the DLS Bureau of Accounts, please visit mass.gov/DLS.